Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Memorial Field in Natick, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity girls soccer contest between the hosting Natick High Redhawks and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. This game, a battle for the illustrious Route 9 Cup, established back in the 2020 season as a contest between Brookline and Natick to help fuel what is already a great local rivalry and what promises to be an amazing contest here today. These two teams both ranked in the top 10 in the MIAA Power Rankings. Brookline with an 8-2-2 record at 6. Natick also an 8-2-2 record. They're in 9th. These two teams faced off in Brookline earlier this season. That game was back on September 20. The Redhawks came away with the win on the road 1-0. The game's lone score brought by number 15, Nicole Proya. And so we'll see what's going to happen here. We got our first note in the live chat already from Jillian Kelly, a simple "Let's go Brookline." As always, I encourage you guys to take part in the live chat. If there are any issues you notice or anything you want to say, I encourage you to say it. Also, if you end up enjoying this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. The team's already ready to take the field, so I'm getting this started a little later than some of my other streams. My apologies for that. Hit some bad traffic on the way out here. But that just means we get to the action a little quicker. The two teams taking to the field. Looks like Brookline is going to have the opening possession. Number 13, Gianna Pentland, back on the field after missing the game at Braintree last week. That was a 3-0 victory for Brookline. And now here we go, underway. Pass goes back, and it's back to Cecilia Wager, lifted along. Misses its target, and it's taken away by the Redhawks, but a pass is intercepted by Madeline Moore. Her pass is knocked away. Back and forth already we go. Now Natick taking control on the near side. This is number 11, Megan Mila. Pass upfield is intercepted by number 18, Anna Leshley. Passed back to Wager. Kick upfield is deflected. Taken for a second by the Redhawks, but passed out of bounds. That was number 13, Abby McCauley. Quick throw-in from Brookline. These teams wasting no time as that one is lost out of bounds and Natick will take over. And Natick not wasting any time either. A quick throw-in down the far side, and Wager boxes out Mila, and that's going to force a goal kick. So Talia Thompson taps the goal kick over to Leshley, and now to the near side to Moore, and now a whistle. Not sure quite what happened there. Maybe too hasty with the goal kick or something. Either way, now Thompson passes it out to Moore. Moore kicks it upfield, slightly deflected, but it is controlled by Pentland. Tapped ahead for Sarah Gonzalez. Pass to the middle, misses the mark, taken away by the Redhawks. But now that pass taken right back by Alex Levy. Passed back to Leshley. To the outside to Moore. Moore towards the middle, off the mark, taken back by the Redhawks. Pass upfield, finds its target. That's Mila. Mila dribbling towards the outside, trying to gain the edge. Attempted centering kick, deflected away, walled off by Moore. Moore now dribbling with some space to work. Long kick upfield. That's going to go all the way down to the Natick keeper, number 1, Cricket Lemon. Now scrum for the ball as number 4, Maya Schwab, was trying to keep control of it. Now stolen. This is Sari Frankel. Sends a pass. Rolls past everybody. Velena Chernychev almost directs it ahead. Just barely knocked away by Natick. Almost a big scoring chance for the Warriors. Natick clears it, headed back by Wager, gets to Frankel, knocked away from Frankel and controlled by the Redhawks. Number 3, Lydia Proya, trying to control it, fending off the pressure from Amra Ukamadou. It's knocked out of bounds, Natick ball, and that one's knocked out by Levy. That'll stay with the Redhawks. Another quick throw-in, but that's going to be a throw-in violation. She didn't bring her arms all the way back there, and so that's going to give it to Brookline. Hannah Whited throws it in, deflected into the air, and out of bounds. It'll go back to Natick. Throw-in is knocked away by Wager, gets up to Pentland, pass to Ukamadou. She couldn't corral it before it's taken away by Schwab, and now a whistle, and that's going to be a foul against Ukamadou. That'll be a free kick for the Redhawks. Again, you can feel the urgency from both teams early in this one. They know the quality of opponent they're facing, and they're bringing it full gas right from the start. Throw in from Whited. Kicked by Frankel. It's deflected, taken away. Deflected by Chernychev, taken by Levy. Passed into open space. Chased down by Moore. Kicked upfield. And it's taken back by Natick. Now this pass deflected into the air. Scrumming for it. And it's corralled by number 17, Olivia Penn. Stolen back by Brookline. Pass gets up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez passes back to Velena Chernychev. Now back to Moore. Kick upfield. It manages to deflect all the way to Pentland. And it's kicked away and out of bounds off the boot of Penn. Throw in from Moore. Off the foot of Pentland, off the head of Levy, and foul call against Natick this time. Wager lining up for the free kick for Brookline. From about the 44-yard line, long kick, deflected. Oh, what a save by Lemon. Great instincts to get the foot on the ball by Chernychev, but Lemon with the quick hands keeps this a shutout. Wager lost the ball. Lost the ball. It is just barely recovered by Moore. That was almost a breakaway chance for Megan Mila. Now it's Penn passing to the outside. I believe that's Schwab, cut off by Whited, and then a whistle for a foul, I believe, against Schwab. Thompson, the goal kick. Oh, it's taken! Shot! Saved by Thompson! Almost a catastrophic mistake, and Nicole Proya almost scored on Brookline for the second time this season. This one kicked up the far side, and that's just going to roll out of bounds. That's going to be taken by the Redhawks. Kicked back by Wager, but it deflects off of Whited and out of bounds. Throw in is booted away by Wager. Downed by Pentland. Ukamadou takes it for a second, lost track of it, and it's taken away by Penn. Penn passes it all the way back to the back line. It's booted, and that goes too far and out of bounds. Throw in from Moore, knocked away immediately. And so Leshley going to have to chase that one down, manages to tap it ahead to Moore, who gets it ahead to Gonzalez. Gonzalez to the middle to Pentland. Pentland back to Moore, and Moore has it taken away, and it's passed up to Nicole Proya. Proya, pass up for Mila. Mila chasing it down on the near side. Centering kick, walled off by Levy, but Proya recovers and scores! Natick takes the early lead. As once again, the culprit is number 15, Nicole Proya. So in the 8th minute of this contest, Natick takes a 1-0 lead. Wager passes up to Frankel. Frankel pass to the outside to Moore. Back to Frankel in the middle. Now to the outside to Whited. Whited, pass up to Pentland. Tap to the outside to Ukamadou, just too far. That was almost perfectly timed for a rush up the far side, but just out of reach. Throw in by the Red Hawks. Knocked down, taken by Mila, taken back by Ukamadou. Ukamadou's kick is deflected, but Ukamadou recovers it. Now deflected away from her, and a late whistle calls the foul against Natick. Brookline lining up to take this free kick. Looks to be about the 28-yard line of the football field. Wager with the kick, and that's wide. It's going to be a goal kick for Natick. It's crazy. Brookline almost had the first goal of the game a couple of times in those first couple of minutes. But just some unlucky bounces and a great save by Cricket Lemon kept it scoreless until Nicole Proya found the back of the net. Long kick off the head of Moore, off another head, and rolling out of bounds, Brookline ball. Throw in to Frankel. Frankel turning around, gets a pass up, deflects off of Gonzalez over to Pentland. Pentland tries to pass up to Gonzalez, broken up. Moore swoops in, kicks it towards the middle, deflected into the air by number 22, Kendall Hacker. Now Natick trying to work it upfield. Pass goes back to Hacker, knocked away by Pentland, but too far, and it's going to be scooped up by Lemon. We've seen some sloppy turnovers from both sides in their own end early in this one. Not sure if that's a credit to the forward pressure from both teams, or if, you know, maybe both these teams are just a little skittish. The pressure of this big local rivalry contest. Throwing up the line off the head of Moore. Booted away now. Deflects off Levy. Deflects again. Goes back to Levy. Levy pass to the outside to Whited. Whited upfield to Ukamadou. Ukamadou pass broken up. Taken back by the Red Hawks. Passed upfield. This is Proya off to the races again. Leshley on defense. Kicks it away. And that's going to go out of bounds. That's going to force a corner kick. A mass of substitutions coming in for Natick, including a new keeper who I think, is this one actually Cricket Lemon? I don't know. They're both wearing number 1, just different colors. So that was a little confusing. But we got some new players checking in for the Red Hawks as they set up for this corner kick. Into the box it comes. Off ahead and in! Natick with a 2-0 lead in the 12th minute. That one off the head of number 24, Caitlin LeBrun. And a timeout called by Brookline. And it makes sense why, as this has just been a rough start for the Warriors. Got to understand how rare it is that you see this kind of 2-goal deficit, first off, at all. Secondly, this early in the game. And thirdly, against a high-ranked team like Brookline. I mean, they've only given up multiple scores one other time this entire season. And now 2 goals in the first 12 minutes. Brookline is going to need a miraculous comeback if they're going to get back in this game. Pentland sends it back to Levy, sends it across to Frankel. Frankel back to Moore. Moore dribbling, pass up to Levy, now up to Frankel. Frankel dribbling around, surveying her options, pass to the outside to Whited. Whited kicks it up to Pentland, lost track of it, taken by Natick. Long leading kick, it's a race to the ball. This is going to be a close race, just barely knocked away by Moore. Now Proya fakes out her defender, trying to get the ball loose, gets it away to Mila. Mila fires a shot. This one saved by Thompson. Thompson rolls it in to Leshley. Pass for Moore, gets away from Moore. Quick throw in down the line, gets to Mila. Mila walled off. And it's booted out of bounds by Moore. Number 16, Allegra Gagnon, throwing it in. Off ahead. That header's whiffed. Kick is walled off, and that one is going to roll out of bounds for a goal kick. Tapped to Wager. Wager boots it upfield and wide, out of bounds. Redhawks take the ball. Throw in. Dribbling towards the middle. A pass to the outside. Now a pass to the middle for Proya, broken up by Wager. Trapped on the far side, and it's kicked away by Whited. Frankel boots it upfield. It's booted right back, but it gets to Ukamadou. Ukamadou turning around, tries a pass. It's deflected out of bounds. Throw in goes to Frankel. Passed over to Levy. Levy back to Wager. Wager kicks it across to Moore. Moore boots it upfield. It's knocked away, but goes right back to Moore. Moore manages to tap a pass, but it's taken away by number 10, Emma Tavilla. Now this pass, just barely collected by Natick, and now cut off by Sari Frankel. That was number 18, Eliza Campana, dribbling with it. Pass goes back to Moore. Moore boots it upfield, deflects into open space where it's taken by the Redhawks. Now off the foot of Moore. Off the foot of Chernychev, deflects. Kicked away by Gonzalez, but it's recovered by Proya. Proya sending a through pass for Mila. Mila on the attack. Dribbling. Reinforcements come in, and the double team of Leshley and Moore proves too much. It's cleared away. Rolling all the way back. Hacker's going to take it. Pass it upfield. Now a pass to the outside to Tavilla. Tavilla's kick, a little off the mark, but it gets back to the keeper. Now off the head of Moore. Now downed and controlled by Penn. Pass to the outside, taken to the middle, pass back to Penn. Now sent to the far side for number 7, Carolina Holanda. Holanda passes, broken up by Wager. Frankel passes it up. Pentland deflects it, race to the ball, and it's knocked back to the keeper and cleared out. Now Couple deflections, it gets to Moore. Moore kicks it upfield, finds Pentland. Pentland turning around, dribbling, passes across to Frankel. Frankel gives it to Levy. Levy dribbling, passes to the outside to Whited. Whited up to Pentland, too hard, deflected away, taken by the Redhawks. Penn kicks it upfield, but nobody there except Wager. Wager, long kick, downed by Chernychev, but again, deflects too far. Clear goes back to Leshley, who boots it into the air. Frankel deflects it down, but then it's taken by the Redhawks. Pass deflected by Moore, and now a number of deflections winds up with Frankel. Frankel kicking a long leading pass. Ukamadou trying to race in there, but it curved just a little too far upfield, and it's scooped up by the keeper. Keeper punts it. Downed by Proya, knocked away by Levy, goes back to Wager. Pass goes through to Frankel. Frankel taps it to the outside to Moore, who boots it up in the air. Gonzalez cannot keep it in bounds. Natick ball. Throw in coming from number 21, Kira Henderson. Goes back to Tavilla. Pass upfield, it misses, and it's taken by Moore. Moore kicks it upfield to Pentland, tapped over for Chernychev. Pass walled off. Chernychev recovers, passes to the outside to Whited. Whited kicks it up for Ukamadou. Ukamadou had to stretch out to get it and couldn't keep control of it. Now Penn dribbling with it. Pass upfield. Gets to, I believe, number 3, Lydia Proya. Now knocked away by Chernychev, recovered by Penn. Penn passes across to Tavilla. Upfield, knocked away by Moore and out of bounds. We're about 18 minutes into the first half here. Natick 2, Brookline 0. Goals scored by Nicole Proya and Caitlin LeBrun. Throw-in is booted into the air by Leshley. Deflects and kicked out of bounds. It'll stay Natick ball. Throw-in from Henderson. Again deflected into the air by Leshley. Kicked along by Wager. Levy passes back to Whited, who boots it high. And it bounces along. Moore pushes it ahead, but Tavilla kicks it back. Curves all the way to Whited. It's knocked back to Leshley. Passed up to Frankel. Levy tries to kick it. Now Whited kicks it. Taken by Lydia Proya. Pass now goes back to Tavilla. Tavilla kicks it. High leading pass. Oh, a big chance for Natick. Couldn't get a strong boot on it. And that will be a goal kick for Brookline. A substitution checking in for Brookline, number 19, Sydney Freeze, replacing Sarah Gonzalez. Goal kick coming from Thompson. Goes out to Moore. Deflects upfield, and Freeze taps it back to Moore. Now upfield to Chernychev. Taken away by Holanda. Couple passes, and it's knocked away. Hacker tries to kick it upfield, but it goes to Levy. Pass now to Frankel. Frankel boots it up to Ukamadou, who heads it along, but it's kicked away by Hacker. Now being taken up the far side. Pass ahead to Lydia Proya. Proya dribbling. Surveying her options, decides to pass it back. And it's passed all the way back to the keeper and booted upfield and out of bounds. Throw in from Whited. Gets to Ukamadou, and she can't keep it in bounds. Natick ball. Throw in. Off ahead. Booted high in the air. Off ahead again, and it's controlled by Levy. Pass back to Moore. Moore boots it high in the air, bouncing along, and Pentland can't get there in time. It's cut off by the keeper. Punted towards midfield, bouncing along. Deflected down and taken by the Redhawks. Pass walled off by Moore and out of bounds. Henderson throws it in. Taken by Holanda, passed out to Henderson, kicked up field, and that's just going to roll all the way to Thompson. She taps it to Wager. Wager kicks it way upfield and out of bounds. Throw in a little too far, and Whited kicks it ahead, but it's taken away by Penn. Penn tries to lead it for herself, but it goes out of bounds. Couple subs now coming in for Brookline. Number 9, McKenna Hammond, and number 12, Julia Vianello, coming in, replacing Pentland and Whited. Throw in from Vianello. Ukamadou controls it, dribbling upfield. Ukamadou off to the races, taps to the middle, misses Chernychev, and it's booted away by the Redhawks. Moore swoops in, takes control of the ball, kicks it upfield. It's not out of bounds, but now it's out the back line. That's going to be a goal kick. Booted upfield, deflected, taken by Penn. Passed back to Tavilla. Tavilla manages to get the kick away. Moore sends it to the middle for Chernychev. Pass back to Levy. Levy manages to get a pass through, but not far enough. Taken away. Taken back by Levy. Tapped ahead, but off the mark. Booted away. Downed by Mila. Knocked away by Leshley. Recovered by Penn. Penn dribbles around one defender, sends a long leading pass, and that's going to be offsides against Lydia Proya. Free kick for Brookline now. Just over 16 minutes left in the half. Natick with the 2-0 lead. Wager the long kick. Deflects off ahead, and now racing for the ball. The goalie has to dive in and take it. Punted. Deflects a couple times, and it's taken by Vianello. Kicked upfield to Ukamadou, but deflects the wrong way out of bounds. Throw-in goes backwards. Passed all the way back to Hacker, kicked upfield and bounces out of bounds. Vianello throws it in. Deflected away. Hacker kicks it upfield. Penn across to Holanda, back to Hacker. Hacker boots it upfield, and that's too far and out of bounds. Moore throws it in. Gets to Frankel. Frankel upfield, knocked away, taken by Holanda. Pass back, kicked upfield, deflected away. And that's going to be out of bounds, Natick ball. Tavilla throws it in. Gets to Holanda. Tap back for Hacker. Hacker has to tap it across to the keeper. Hammond was applying pressure there, but it is cleared out. Leshley knocks it back to Frankel. Tapped across to Moore. Moore kicks into open space out of the reach of Chernychev, taken away by Campana. Campana dribbling upfield, tries to pass it up the line. Too far, and it's taken by Wager. Or no, it was out of bounds. It's Brookline ball. Vianello throws it in, downed by Ukamadu. Taps it for Chernychev, who sends it back to Wager. Wager sends it to the outside to Moore. Moore has to send it back to Thompson. Thompson sends it back to Moore. Moore kicks it towards the middle. Frankel deflects it away, and it's booted upfield by Leshley. Knocked back by Hacker. Penn now dribbling with it. Pass to the middle. Deflects and taken by Levy. Pass to the outside to Vianello. Penn knocks it away out of bounds. Throw in from Vianello gets to Chernychev. Tapped back to Vianello. Vianello pass to the middle to Levy. Levy to the middle to Frankel. Frankel slices it in the air, gets to Commodore. And that is going to be a no, it's a foul against Brookline. Tavilla with the ball. Kicks it upfield, it's taken by Frankel. Frankel dribbling around, her pass deflected away, stolen by Proya. Proya loses it to the slide tackle from Leshley. Vianello kicks it to the middle, it's taken by Frankel. Frankel boots it high upfield. Headed down and taken by the Red Hawks. Penn kicks it up. Finds a target pass to the outside, gets away from Henderson, and it's cut off by Moore. Moore has to kick it out of bounds. Quick throw in, gets to Mila. Mila's kick. Her defender falls down, pass misses, a wide open Nicole Proya. Now Lydia Proya takes it. Proya tries to kick through the middle, but it's walled off by Wager. Cleared out, passed back in, and kicked upfield by Campana, and it's just stopped by Thompson. Rolled into Wager. Pass to the outside to Vianello. Vianello kicks it upfield, bounces away from Hammond, and booted away by Hacker. Natick working it upfield. Pass to the outside is cut off by Moore. She boxes out and gets the out of bounds. Throw in. Brief pause. It looks like, are they checking the air pressure on the ball? Looks like, I guess, the ball got flat, and so now the official likes the ball, and now play can continue. Throw in from Moore. Gets away. Several deflections. Henderson passes back to Tavilla. Kicked upfield, finds a target. That's Nicole Proya. Knocked away by Leshley, but Proya recovers. Now Lydia Proya trying to fake out several defenders and finally gets taken down. Some shifty moves. Draw a foul on Frankel, and that's going to be a free kick for Natick. Looks like Eliza Campana lining up to take the free kick for the Red Hawks, with Olivia Penn also there. Campana launches it high, and that looks just off the mark, and that's just going to bounce out of bounds for a goal kick. Two subs now coming in for Brookline. Number 11, Eleanor Bergstein, and number 21, Mirabelle Kesselman, replacing Velena Chernychev and Amra Ukamadu. Wager kicks it upfield, controlled by Hammond. Hammond taps it, but it was miscommunicated, taken away by the Red Hawks. Pass gets knocked away from Mila. Vianello kicks it back to Thompson, who boots it up into the air. Almost kept in bounds by Bergstein, but not quite. Natick trying to decide which way to throw it in. Now it's thrown in. Deflected. Kicked upfield. Now booted away. Off the head of Wager. Now booted in the air by Frankel and out of bounds. Campana looking for the throw-in. Throws it into Holanda. Knocked back to Campana. Booted high in the air. Off the head of Moore. Now off the foot of Kesselman. And now passed several different ways. It's controlled by Penn. Pass upfield. Goes right to Leshley. Kicked from Levy. Gets back to Moore. Deflected upfield by Frankel. Hammond sends a pass to the outside to Bergstein. Bergstein trying to corral it. She does. Keeps it in bounds. Bergstein tries to tap it ahead, but teammate wasn't looking for it. Taken away by Natick. Lydia Proya lost track of the ball, and it's taken by Frankel. Frankel tries to send it through, but not there. Taken away. Pass the outside to Campana. Kicked upfield. Deflected out of bounds by Vianello. Throw in goes to Holanda. Holanda kicks it back. Passed further back to Hacker. Hacker sends it across to Tavilla. Now upfield. Kicked to the near side. Recovered by Henderson, and it gets back to Hacker, who boots it upfield and out of bounds. 8 minutes left in the half. The score of this Route 9 Cup still 2-0 in favor of Natick. Throw-in gets deflected back and out of bounds. Again, some miscommunication on the passing with Brookline. Throw-in and a foul for the push. Free kick for the Red Hawks. Tavilla boots it upfield. And walled off by Leshley and kicked away. Rolls all the way to the back line. It's passed to Penn. Penn kicks it upfield. It's taken by Leshley. Booted the other way. Bouncing along. Hacker's going to chase it down, kick it back to the keeper, and it's launched into the air. And Campana can't keep it in bounds. Brookline ball. Throw in. Off the head of Kesselman and out of bounds. Throw in booted by Kesselman. Walled off by LeBrun. And lost out of bounds. That's Brookline ball. Quick throw in. Recovered by Bergstein. Bergstein trying to send it ahead, but it's walled off by Hacker. Hacker kicks it upfield. It's passed back to Wager. Wager. Her kick deflected, but it goes right to Frankel. Frankel sends it to the outside to Moore. Moore boots it, and it's caught out of the air by the keeper. Just less than 6 minutes left here in the first half. This ball is punted across midfield. Off the head of Nicole Proya. Race to the ball is won by Wager and passed back to Thompson. And Thompson slices that pass, and it's going to go out of bounds. Throw in. Gets to Lydia Proya. Proya sends a pass back. Pressure from Hammond gets that one away. It's recovered by Freeze. Passed back to Moore. Kicked upfield. Finds Hammond but couldn't corral it. Hacker boots it away. Off the head of Wager. Lost by Lydia Proya. Recovered by Frankel. Passed back to Moore. Moore trying to keep control of it. Kicks. Walled off. Moore recovers. Kicks upfield. Knocked away by Tavilla. Taken by Levy. Pass to the middle again. Kicked away by Tavilla. Taken by Campana. Knocked away by Vianello. Deflects to Frankel. Frankel boots it upfield to Bergstein. Lost track of it there, and I think they called some kind of violation on Brookline, maybe a handball. Either way, free kick for Natick coming from Hacker. Sends it up the line, deflected away and knocked away by Kesselman. Now booted upfield, goes off ahead. Back to Tavilla, who boots it high in the air. Frankel downs it, and Frankel lost track of it, and it's stolen away. Lydia Proya, rather, loses the ball. Taken back by Brookline. This is Frankel. Frankel manages to keep it in bounds and send it back to Moore. Sent upfield, lost by Hammond, but recovered. Breakaway chance. Kesselman, shot, score! Mirabel Kesselman with her first career varsity goal. All it takes is just a lucky bounce, and just like that, it is a one-goal game once again. 3:48 on the clock here in the first half. Score now Natick 2, Brookline 1. We got a brief pause in the action. Discussion of some kind happening between the officials and Eleanor Bergstein, but it seems to be all cleared up. So Mirabel Kesselman with the goal. I believe it was assisted by Sari Frankel. I'm not sure if it deflected off of Hammond or not, but either way, the action is underway. Lifted high, it's a race to the ball. Nicole Proya gets there first. Her pass, nobody there but Sydney Freeze. Pass to the middle, off the mark, but a sliding kick by Levy gets it upfield. Taken back by Penn, and Penn draws the foul. Campana once again lining up to take the free kick. Ball is about midway between the 28 and 28-yard line of the football field. Free kick is going to fly wide, and that'll be a goal kick. Thompson boots it to the outside to Moore. Moore upfield off the head of Freeze, and it's bouncing ahead, and that's going to be out of bounds. Tavilla throws it back to Hacker. Hacker upfield and out of bounds. Sent up to Moore. Moore throws it in to Freeze. Pass back to Leshley, who boots it high in the air. LeBrun kicks it out to Campana. Campana, pass across to Tavilla, whose kick deflects a couple ways. Hammond passes back to Bergstein. Bergstein can't get it through. It deflects back to Vianello. Vianello fakes, dribbles up, passes ahead to Kesselman. And it's knocked away from Kesselman by Holanda. No, she keeps it in bounds. Holanda kicks it upfield. Now it's out of bounds. We are in stoppage time here in the first half. Clock frozen at 2 minutes. Frankel dribbling around, launching a long kick off the bar. Almost a beauty of a score by Sari Frankel. Now Moore launches one towards the box, and the keeper's going to swoop in and take it off one bounce. Sari Frankel almost tied this one up with a beauty of a long shot, but just a little too high and off the crossbar. Now this punt is taken by Bergstein. Bergstein kicks it and one hops back into the arms of the keeper. Punted once again. Bouncing along off the head of Levy, off the head of Penn, off the foot of Levy, high into the air. And Vianello's got it. Vianello turning around, passing it back to Wager. Wager pass across, deflects off the body of Leshley, but it is recovered by Moore. Moore couldn't keep it in front of her, and now it's taken back by the Redhawks. Ball deflects. We've got an injured Natick player down as the ball is lost out of bounds. We will check on Carolina Holanda. She gives the thumbs up that she's good to go. And we've now got a throw-in coming. Number 2, Ashlyn O'Donnell throws it in. Moore kicks it to Freeze. Freeze trying to stay with it. It's knocked loose, taken by Kesselman, and it's knocked away from her. Going way upfield, race for the ball. And Leshley boxing out Nicole Proya. They're scrumming for it. Leshley kicks it upfield, deflected by O'Donnell. Knocked to the middle, pass. Finds its target, but it's stolen away. No, it isn't. That's halftime. And you can see the Brookline players swarming the freshman Mirabelle Kesselman. What a great moment for her. Kesselman fought her way into the regular rotation. She was mostly a bench warmer at the start of this season. Due to some injuries, she got more of a chance to play in a game at Walpole. And even though Brookline lost, Kesselman really impressed with her play in the midfield. And so she's become a regular member of the rotation ever since. And on that play, she got the first goal of her high school career. The score at half, the Natick Redhawks 2, the Brookline Warriors 1. I'm going to take this time at this intermission for a local charity spotlight. I'm going to tell you about the Brookline Education Foundation. The Brookline Education Foundation raises funds to help promote growth and innovation among Brookline educators, growth that can then be passed on to the children of this community. For over 40 years, this foundation has given out a variety of grants across the educational landscape. These include Idea Lab grants for teachers that want to present their students with new and exciting projects, and teacher grants for educators that want to further develop their own skills to bring to the classroom. Many initiatives which have become staples in the public schools of Brookline started as BEF grants. They support literacy education training, new methods in STEM education, project-based learning, mentoring of new principals and superintendents, and collaborative work around diversity, equity, and inclusion, just to name a few. Visit brooklinefoundation.org or call 617-232-3846 to find out how you can help support our town's educators and, through them, our students. Once again, that's brooklinefoundation.org or call 617-232-3846. And remember, you can find all the information you need about our local charity spotlight down in the description section down below. That same website and phone number I just gave down there in the description section. So you can find out all you need to know about the Brookline Education Foundation. And of course, remember, if you are enjoying this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. And if you got something to say it in the live chat. At half, Natick 2, Brookline 1. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'll be going off the mic for a few minutes, but I will be back for the second half. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Memorial Field in Natick, Massachusetts, for tonight's high school varsity girls soccer contest, the 2022 Route 9 Cup between Brookline and Natick. It's been a thrilling contest so far. Natick getting on the board in the first 3 minutes on a goal by Nicole Proya, who was the one that scored the last time these two teams met up, which was a 1-0 victory for the Redhawks. So they go up 1-0 in the first 3 minutes, and then just 9 minutes later, Caitlin LeBrun heads in a score off a corner kick, and just like that, the home team has a 2-0 lead, and it looks like this might turn into a blowout. But Brookline managed to score. Mirabelle Kesselman, the freshman, with her first career goal, cuts the lead down to 1. And that is where we stand on the scoreboard now. Natick 2, Brookline 1, as we get ready for the second half. Number 11, Megan Mila, getting ready to start it for the Redhawks as they get the opening possession of the second half. Pass back, and here we go. Olivia Penn boots it high in the air. It's booted back by Anna Leshley. Deflects off the head of Gianna Pentland. It's recovered by Natick, passed back to Emma Tavilla. Back and forth the passes go. It goes up to Lydia Proya. Now to the outside. Kicked upfield by Eliza Campana. Out of bounds, Brookline ball. Throw in. Deflects back to Maddie Moore. Now it's kicked by Tavilla, goes to Carolina Holanda, past the outside Campana. Manages to get a pass away to Holanda. And now we've got a foul called against Brookline. Pentland got a little too physical, trying to stop Holanda. And now this will be a free kick for the Redhawks. Looks like it's going to be taken by Kendall Hacker. Hacker boots it in the air, headed away by Anna Leshley. Moore kicks it upfield. Vilena Chernychev sends it to the outside to Sarah Gonzalez. Gonzalez lifts it high, goes off the head of Hacker. Deflects a couple different ways, and now winds up with Penn. Penn past the outside, finds her target. That is number 21, now it's 21, Kira Henderson, sending it upfield for Nicole Proya. Proya trying to gain the edge on Leshley. Leshley walling her off, and the ball is lost out of bounds. That's going to be a goal kick for Brookline. Great defensive hustle by Anna Leshley to prevent what could have been a huge goal for Natick had they been able to finish. Oh, looks like it's actually not a goal kick. Looks like they called a foul on Proya. So Cecilia Wager taking the free kick for Brookline. Boots it upfield. Deflects off of Gianna Pentland. Caitlin LeBrun kicks it away. Goes off the head of Megan Mila. Wager chases it down. Kicks it back to Talia Thompson, who just lasers it out of bounds. I can understand that play there. That pass wasn't getting an ideal bounce, so Thompson wasn't going to get a clean kick on that one. Best to send it out of bounds, let your defense reset. Throw in, bouncing along, almost kicked in by Campana, walled off by Alex Levy. Now Mila trying to send it past the outside, booted away by Wager. Throw in coming from Henderson. Down the line, and it's lost out of bounds off Mila. Hannah Whited throws it in to Wager. Wager boots it upfield, deflected down by Penn. Penn's pass is walled off by Levy. Penn trying to fight the ball through, gets it through to Lydia Proya. Lydia Proya dribbling with it, trying to gain the edge. Centering pass, oh, wide open chance, but they couldn't corral the ball. Almost a huge scoring chance for Natick. They're trying to approach again. It's knocked away by Wager. Amra Ukamadu with the ball, passes it upfield, knocked away, and recovered by Holanda. Pass back to Hacker, across to Caitlin LeBrun. Now knocked into open field where the goalie Cricket Lemon comes in and boots it away. Sent back by Leshley. Now a back foot pass out to Sarah Gonzalez from Chernychev. Gonzalez launches one, and it's caught out of the air by Lemon. Punted towards midfield. Deflects over to Levy. Levy passes it along. Sent up to Sari Frankel. Frankel dribbling with it. Sends a pass. Deflected away. Whited. It's knocked away from Whited. Kept in bounds, but not very far as it's booted out by Henderson. Whited throws it in, and it's immediately knocked out of bounds by Henderson. Thrown in to Commodore, passed back to Whited, knocked away by Penn, recovered by Frankel. Frankel keeps control of the ball, sends a pass through. This might be a little too far, and it is going to be too far for Ukamadu. This will be a goal kick coming up for the Redhawks. Starting to get that autumn chill out here on this October night here in Natick. Lemon just taps it out to Emma Tavilla. Tavilla passes up to Carolina Holanda. Sent back to Kendall Hacker, who boots it upfield to Eliza Campana. Back to Tavilla. Now her pass intercepted by Brookline. That's Chernychev. Chernychev can't fight through the flurry of defenders, and it's stolen away. Booted upfield now by Natick. It's a race to the ball. Getting there first is going to be Wager as she boxes out her opponent and gets a goal kick. Substitution coming in for Natick now. Number 9, Zoe Graves takes the field. She replaces Carolina Holanda. Wager. Her kick knocked back off a head. Just barely deflected away by Leshley, and now Moore kicks it upfield off the head of Campana and out of bounds. Throw in from Moore. Knocked away. Deflects several different ways. Graves tries to tap it ahead, too far offsides. Free kick coming for Brookline. This is Wager. Long kick goes off ahead. Recovered by Graves. Booted upfield. Nobody there. It's going to be taken by Wager. Pass to the outside. And Frankel trying to kick it along. Lydia Proya was applying pressure there. Now Wager desperately gets a pass to Whited. Whited boots it up the line, deflects into open space, and it's recovered by Pentland. Pentland kicks it out to the far side to Gonzalez. Gonzalez tries to send a pass off the mark, booted away by Hacker. And chasing down the ball is going to be Nicole Proya. Knocked away from her a couple of times. She keeps chasing it down, and now Mila tries to send a pass. And I believe we've got a foul call against Natick. Quick free kick goes up to Moore. Moore kicks it upfield, deflected by Penn. Lydia Proya kicks it along to Graves. Graves dribbling with it, passes it, knocked away by Wager. Pass up to Frankel and then back to Whited. Now her pass off the mark, stolen by Henderson. Pass deflected and booted away by Wager. Deflects off Penn. Now Penn kicks it to the outside to Campana. Campana boots it upfield, and it's going to bounce into the arms of Thompson. Rolled into Wager. Wager sends it upfield. Walled down by LeBrun. Pass to Penn. Now to Lydia Proya. Pass walled off by Whited. Taken by Frankel. Passed back to Wager. Wager sends a pass to the outside to Moore. Moore working it up the wing. Now Moore boots one. That's way too far, scooped up by Lemon. Lemon punts it. Off the head of Graves. Now off the foot of Moore. Downed by Penn. Penn's pass deflected but gets to Lydia Proya. Proya kicks it upfield, goes off the head of Leshley. Bouncing along, and Leshley boots it away. And now Penn knocks that one away from Chernychev. It's chased down by Gonzalez. Back to Moore, who boots it upfield. Now from Hacker to Lydia Proyas, knocked away by Frankel. Deflects into open space, chased down, and a foul is going to be called against Levy. Almost 10 minutes into the second half now. Score still 2-1 in favor of Natick. Hacker sending a long pass along, wide and off the mark, but Whited is forced to knock it out of bounds. Lydia Proya throws it in, deflects, and that pass off the mark as Proya lost her footing. Whited throws it in, stolen by Henderson. Henderson working up the near side. Walled off now by Wager and letting it roll out of bounds for a goal kick. Quick tap into Wager, pass to the outside to Whited. Whited kicks it upfield, off the mark and out of bounds. Henderson throws it in, off the head of Wager. Downed by Penn, pass to the outside to Henderson. Now upfield to Lydia Proya. Proya turning around, pass to the middle to Graves. Graves launches a shot out of bounds. Natick wanted a corner kick off that. They thought it was deflected off of a Brookline defender, but the officials say goal kick. Wager boots it high, off the head of Henderson, over the head of Mila, and Wager again boots it upfield. This time gets to Chernychev, stolen away by Penn. Now Penn manages to tap it upfield. It gets over to Lydia Proya. Her pass deflected out of bounds by Whited. Throw in. Double team knocks the ball away. Frankel boots it upfield. Headed by LeBrun. Lydia Proya controlling it. Poked away by Wager. Pentland chases down the loose ball. Passes it to the outside to Gonzalez. Gonzalez couldn't corral it, out of bounds. Natick winning the possession battle so far here in the second half. Throw in goes back to Tavilla. Tavilla pass back to Hacker, who boots it away. Off the head of Leshley, downed by Campana. Campana kicks it upfield and out of bounds. Throw in from Moore. Controlled by Pentland. Kicked over to, I believe, Chernychev, pass to Gonzalez, and now lost by Gonzalez, but loose ball is taken back by Chernychev. Chernychev sends a pass through, knocked away. Bouncing along, Wager taps it ahead. Levy takes it, tries to pass, knocked away by Penn. Olivia Penn has been a wall in the midfield all night long. And she's been a big hindrance to any potential progress for the Brookline offense. Levy kicks a long one upfield, booted away by LeBrun. Off the head of Graves, corralled by Nicole Proya. She's walled off by Wager, but she sneaks the ball away. Shaw misses wide. Nicole Proya almost had her second goal of the game there. Pair of subs now coming in for Brookline as they get ready for the goal kick. Julia Vianello and Mirabelle Kesselman check in, replacing Hannah Whited and Vilena Chernichev. Kesselman, of course, scored Brookline's lone goal in the first half. But Brookline's going to need one more if they're going to even this score. In the live chat, we had a nice note from Nestor Figueroa. Go Mirabelle, future PSU player. And she certainly shows a lot of potential at her young age as a freshman. Throw in. Deflected away, and it's taken by Moore. Now deflecting several ways, but they're going to call a foul on Brookline. Big free kick opportunity coming for the Red Hawks. Looks like they've got Hacker lining up to take this free kick. This one booted along, off ahead, and over the bar. That one actually had a chance, as I think that went off the head of Tavilla. Wager taking the ball off the goal kick and slicing it out of bounds. Henderson looking around, now throwing it in back to LeBrun, who passes it back to Hacker, who boots it upfield. Booted back by Wager, deflects off a foot and down by Henderson, now stolen by Pentland. Now a couple of deflections, scrums for the ball. And it deflects out of bounds, Natick ball. Throw in from Lydia Proya. She went too far on the throw in, so now they're going to have to do it again. Now Henderson throwing it in. It's downed and controlled by Mila. Pass to Lydia Proya, back to Penn. Penn dribbling around. Pass upfield is taken away by Wager. Her clearing kick is deflected out of bounds by Nicole Proya. Vianello throws it into Ukamadu. Stolen away by Proya. Nicole Proya, pass to the middle to Graves. Walled off by Moore, and it deflects over to Levy. That one goes off the head of LeBrun. Penn had it for a second, knocked away. Gets to Pentland, tried to pass it along quick to Frankel, but not there. Penn now dribbling with it. Pass upfield to an open Mila. Mila fires a shot and saved by Thompson. Rolled into Wager. Pass to Vianello. Back to Wager, intercepted by Graves. Graves trying to find an opening. Fires a shot, and that's well wide of the net. Thompson setting up for the goal kick. Sent upfield, and it's going to be cut off again. This time deflected out of bounds off of Henderson. Vianello throws it in. Header goes the wrong way, out of bounds. Henderson throws it in, off the head of Wager, off the boot of Kesselman. Deflects into the air, downed by Pentland, poked away by Penn, and out of bounds. Throw in Vianello, gets to Pentland, knocked away from Pentland, out of bounds again. Another throw in from Vianello, this one cut off by Lydia Proya. Knocked loose by Pentland. Penn's kick deflects off her own teammate, deflects again, and this time it's controlled by LeBrun. Pass to Henderson, now to Penn, upfield, deflected out of bounds off of Vianello. A substitution coming in for the Redhawks, number 4, Maya Schwab replaces Zoe Graves. Throw in from Henderson, finds the target, but it's deflected too far, taken by Kesselman. Kesselman trying to fight her way through. Double teamed, couldn't keep it. Henderson now kicks it upfield. Nicole Proya chasing it down, centering pass, walled off by Leshley. Booted upfield, goes off Ukamadu's face and out of bounds. Throw in from Henderson. Bouncing along and booted out of bounds by Leshley. Or no, it deflected off of Schwab. Throw in for Vianello. Gets to Ukamadu. Ukamadu gets into some open space but runs out of room. Taken away by Penn. Knocked loose by Kesselman. Levy's clearing kick was walled off, but Kesselman managed to get to Frankel. Knocked away by Penn. Now Mila dribbling with it. Past the outside to Campana. Long shot launched, and that's going to go well wide. Brookline has had a lot of trouble this half getting it out of their own end so they can even begin to think about making a push for the equalizer. As we've now got 3 subs checking in for Brookline. Eleanor Bergstein, Sydney Fries, and returning to the field, Vilena Chernichev. They take the place of Amra Ukamadu, Sarah Gonzalez, and Alex Levy. Goal kick by Wager, bouncing along. Passed back from Hacker to Lemon. Lemon boots it into the air. Off ahead. Then off the foot of Lydia Proya, gets to Nicole Proya. Her pass not far enough, booted away by Brookline, knocked out of bounds by Penn. Vianello throws it in. Frankel boots it upfield, out of bounds, Natick ball. Throw in. Off the foot of Vianello. Deflects several different ways and out of bounds, Natick ball. Throw in from Henderson. Booted away by Wager. Now knocked several different ways, and it gets from Bergstein to Frankel. Long kick headed away by Tavilla. Now Schwab trying to work her way upfield, and hard physicality, and that's a foul called on Schwab. The Natick crowd not happy with that call. They thought it was a foul on Moore, but the officials say the foul is on Schwab. Wager, a long free kick. Headed away. Natick now working on the counterattack. Nicole Proya speeding down the near side. She's got some room. Fires a shot, saved by Thompson. Juicy rebound. And no goal. Handball on Natick. And so because It bounced off the hand of a Natick player. They do not get their third goal of the day. Wager kicks the free kick. Walled off again by Natick. Pass gets through. Knocked away by Vianello. Penn walls it off. Kesselman trying to work her way upfield. Lydia Proya takes the ball back. Penn is down hurt. Pass going along to Nicole Proya. Chance just barely knocked away at the last second by Leshley. And Penn is still down hurt. Man. Looks like they are they calling for the trainers? Okay, now they are. Clock's going to freeze at 16 minutes 39 seconds while they check on Olivia Penn. And certainly, no matter which side you're rooting for, hoping she's okay and it's nothing serious. And credit's got to be given to this young woman. Olivia Penn, a sophomore, has really been one of the great keys for Natick's game here today. I mean, those of you who have been watching, you've heard me say her name a million times, and that's because she's been an absolute wall in the midfield. Taking the ball back a lot for Natick as they've really controlled the possession game so far tonight, especially here in the second half. Looks like Natick is going to bring in Carolina Holanda to replace the injured Penn. Meanwhile, Brookline makes a substitution. McKenna Hammond comes in replacing Gianna Pentland. Penn is back on her feet, walking off on her own power. Very good sign. And lost in all that insanity was, again, more defensive hustle by Anna Leshley as Nicole Proya again threatened to score there. And it was just barely knocked away at the last minute. It looks like she was going to have a wide open chance. This will be a goal kick coming out of the injury stoppage for Brookline. Still trailing Natick 2-1, 16:39 on the clock here in the second half. No, not a goal kick. It's a corner kick. I admit I was a little perplexed as to why it was a goal kick, as it looked to me like Leshley knocked it out of bounds, but I just assumed that it must have deflected off Proya. So in fact, it was off of Leshley, and this will be a corner. Just tapped in, tapped back to Campana, now launched too high and over the bar. Now a goal kick for Brookline. Wager boots it upfield. Off the head of Holanda. Bounces along and booted away by Wager, and that's going to go out of bounds. Throw in from Schwab. Kicked away by Leshley, out of bounds. Schwab throws it in again. Bouncing along, Wager kicks it up to Frankel. Frankel's pass knocked away. Brookline trying to force it upfield. Pass now knocked away by Bergstein. Tavilla kicks it, but it goes to Frankel. Now pass to Kesselman. No, pass to Chernychev, my mistake. Outside to Moore. Moore's kick deflected out of bounds. Brookline ball. Quick throw in. Deflects to Chernychev. Couple touch passes. It gets to Frankel. Pass to Kesselman. To the outside for Vianello. Vianello sends it up to Bergstein. Bergstein dribbling towards the middle. Couldn't get a pass off, and it's knocked away, but Wager boots it right back off the head of Holanda, bouncing, and Frankel sends to the outside to Moore. Moore tries to kick it upfield, knocked out of bounds, still Brookline ball. Warriors trying to make a push up the field after they have seriously struggled moving the ball this half. Throw in gets to Frankel. Pass back to Chernychev. Now pass back to Leshley, popped high in the air. Bouncing along, and it's booted upfield by Henderson. Now taken, dribbled, cut off by Vianello. Tapped for Bergstein. Bergstein trying to dribble around. Too many red shirts in there. Lydia Proya takes it away. Knocked away by Kesselman. Deflects over to Leshley, who boots it upfield. Hacker boots it back. Leshley boots it back. It's downed by Schwab. Schwab gets a pass away to Tavilla. Tavilla dribbling around. Pass to open space. Booted away by Vianello. Downed by LeBron and passed back to Hacker. Hacker kicks it upfield. Lydia Proya knocked away by Kesselman, but it goes right to Holanda. Pass in open space, knocked away by Moore. Moore trying to pass it ahead, too far, knocked away by Hacker, recovered by Frankel. Frankel dribbling around. Pass deflected by Schwab, recovered by Moore. Schwab deflects it away again. Out of bounds, Brookline ball. Throw-in goes back to Frankel. Frankel boots it in the air. Goes off the head of LeBron. Downed by Kesselman. Deflected away. And deflected further away. As Vianello surprisingly takes it, gets around her defender, launches one towards the box. Knocked away by Lemon. Weird deflection. Ball is loose. Still loose. Deflects off ahead. Bergstein kicks it across open field. And now it's kicked away, walled off by Moore. Moore boots it back upfield. Taken by Hacker. Hacker sends it high in the air. Off the head of Moore. Off the boot there, and Leshley could not kick it cleanly. Out of bounds, Natick ball. Now a sub coming in for Natick, number 9, Zoe Graves, back into the game. She replaces Maya Schwab. Just over 12 minutes left in this contest. Natick 2, Brookline 1. No scores so far in this second half. Ball's kicked back and forth. Wager boots it, and that's going to bounce. No, not out of bounds. Kept in bounds somehow by Brookline. Pass going through, walled off by LeBron, but recovered now. Long shot is going to go wide off the foot of Frankel. Frankel almost had a similar one in the first half that bounced off the crossbar. But that one not nearly as close. Brookline starting to get some opportunities here and there, but still have not scored the equalizer. Lemon with the goal kick. Knocked down. Deflects every which way. Henderson passes it back to LeBron. LeBron kicks it. Knocked out of bounds by Bergstein. Throw in, back to LeBron. Knocked over to Hacker. Hacker pass across to Tavilla. Tavilla's got some space to work, boots it upfield. Bouncing along, Leshley chasing it down and kicks it upfield and out of bounds. Throw in. Wrestled away by Leshley and booted upfield. Pass knocked loose by Frankel, but could not be kicked upfield by Hammond. Instead, it's kicked up to Henderson, and Vianello has to kick it out of bounds. Just over 10 minutes left. Still 2-1, the Natick lead. Henderson throws it in to Holanda. Holanda boots it up in the air. Off a head, off a foot. Weird deflections finally booted away by Leshley. Now booted back. And that's just going to bounce out of bounds, and that'll be a goal kick. Timeout now called by Brookline. 9:44 on the clock here in the second half. Natick 2, Brookline 1. And what a contest it has been so far. Brookline starting to be able to move the ball. They've gotten a couple of chances, but nothing has found the back of the net here in the second half. Olivia Penn appears to still be down injured for Natick, and you got to imagine that's played a significant factor in how the momentum has swung here in the second half, because Penn was an absolute beast in the midfield for the Redhawks, using a combination of size and speed to really get to just about every loose ball and win every 50-50 ball that, went to the midfield. And as a result, Natick got to be on the attack a lot more often than Brookline was. With her gone, Brookline's been able to move the ball a little more, but you got to give credit to that back line of Kendall Hacker, Caitlin LeBrun, and Emma Tavilla, as they've kept the ball in front of them pretty well. I mean, outside of that goal by Mirabelle Kesselman in the first half. Goal kick coming up for Brookline. Clock is now ticking. About 9.5 minutes left in this contest. Wager boots it upfield. Downed by Pentland, who's back in the game. Now dribbling is Holanda. Holanda sends a long pass for Mila, no offsides, but Mila cannot keep it in bounds. Another goal kick for Brookline. A few players back in this one. Pentland, Ukamadu, and it looks like Levy as well, as Leshley passes it up to Moore. Moore sends it upfield to, I think that's Sydney Freeze. Knocked away from Freeze, taken back. This is Zoe Graves dribbling with it. Knocked loose. And a foul call against Frankel. Free kick now coming for the Redhawks. Looks like it's going to be taken by Holanda. Holanda's kick goes through everybody and out of bounds. Less than 8 minutes on the clock. Brookline still trails by 1. Wager with the goal kick. Bouncing along. Deflects several different ways, and LeBron manages to get a pass to Holanda. Holanda lifts a long leading pass. Chasing after it is Mila. Mila is tripped up by Thompson, and it's knocked out of bounds. That's going to be a goal kick. Talia Thompson was hustling to get after that one. Wager another goal kick. Deflected out of bounds by Henderson, and it's going to be Brookline ball. So after about 3 or 4 goal kicks, Brookline's starting to move. That ball deflects to Levy, pass back, misses everybody, and it's kicked away by Nicole Proya. Chased down by Wager, and the kick deflects out of bounds off Proya. We've seen a number of instances where Brookline's pass is just a little off the mark or just a little out of the reach of their foot. Just not as crisp as they usually are today. Henderson throws it in. And that's going to be a foul on Levy. And Levy imitating her opponent, and I think that's going to earn her a card. That is going to earn her a yellow card. As Levy now checks out in favor of Vilena Chernychev. You know, a nice bit of comedy there, but the officials aren't here to laugh. So this will be a free kick for the Red Hawks as the clock continues to tick. It's about 5.5 minutes. Hacker lifts it, bouncing along, almost tipped in. That was a big chance there for Emma Tavilla, but just out of her reach. And now another goal kick for Brookline. Wager kicks it upfield. Kicked back and forth. Wager gets it up to Pentland. Pentland lifts it up to Ukamadou. Knocked away by LeBrun, recovered by Pentland. Pentland tries to pass to the middle, walled off by Graves. Knocked away by Pentland. Whistle is blown. Foul on Pentland. She doesn't like that call. But they've got to move on and keep playing. We are in stoppage time now. Clock frozen at 5 minutes. Hacker, a long kick. Nobody in the vicinity. This is going to be another goal kick for Brookline. I feel like a broken record here. This time a quick pass across to Leshley. Leshley sending it out to Moore. Moore passing it upfield to Freeze. Freeze passes back to Leshley, now upfield, finds a target but lost track of it. Sliding in was Graves, and now recovering it is Lydia Proya. Pass back to Tavilla, lifted high in the air. Knocked away by Frankel. Ukamadou trying to control it. Ukamadou keeps it in bounds, and now it's knocked out of bounds off of LeBrun. So Ukamadou manages to move the ball upfield for Brookline. Vianello throws it in, and it's walled off by Henderson, knocked out of bounds. Another throw in, this one to Pentland. Didn't bring it far back enough. Illegal throw in. It's going to go to Natick. Throw in. Taken by Frankel. Pass to Pentland. Back out to Frankel. Frankel lost the ball, taken away. And a foul call against Frankel. Free kick again from Hacker. Deflects off Vianello, and that's going to bounce out of bounds. Natick ball. Henderson looking for the throw-in. Throw-in finds her target. That's Graves. Graves just holding it in the corner. They're playing the clock game now. Knocked out of bounds by Brookline. Throw-in back to the corner. Lost out of bounds. A goal kick for Brookline. Tapped for Wager. Wager pass to Vianello. Vianello kicks it upfield, gets to Pentland. Pentland tries to turn around, but she's double teamed. Pentland trying to steal it back. Henderson boots it into the air. Goes off the head of Moore. Moore keeps it in bounds, boots it upfield. Finds Hammond. Pass over to Comadou, knocked away by Henderson. Chased down by Vianello. Pass across to Wager. Back to Vianello. Vianello can't get around Mila, loses the ball out of bounds. Throw in. Stolen for a second, but booted back by Henderson. Now Lydia Proya dribbling right towards the corner. And a little too physical there, and that's going to be a foul call against Brookline, as Wager got very physical. And it looks like Lydia Proya is down, and they're going to bring out the trainer. And the official will stop his stoppage time clock. Certainly hope Proya is okay. Brookline getting very physical in these closing minutes in their desperation to try and move the ball upfield and score the equalizer. And back on her feet, walking off on her own power. Hopefully nothing long-term there. Free kick coming up for the Redhawks as they bring in what appears to be number 16, Allegra Gagnon. Free kick, saved by Thompson, juicy rebound. Kicked back in and saved again by Thompson. Thompson punts it upfield, bouncing along, headed away by Tavilla. Controlled by Mila, but her pass intercepted by Pentland. Pass back to Frankel, lifted in the air, booted away by Hacker. Rolls all the way back to Vianello. Vianello gets tripped up. And that's going to be a foul against Natick. Free kick for Brookline. Wager getting ready to kick this one from between the 46 and 47. Booted upfield, headed by the Redhawks. Fighting for the loose ball, and it's booted away by Natick. And still controlling it despite the double team is Zoe Graves. Ball is knocked loose by Frankel, no foul call. Frankel trying to dribble around a double team, and now Holanda wrestled to the ground, and that draws a foul. Hacker with the free kick. It's headed down by Vianello, and that's going to roll out of bounds and be Natick ball. Throw in by Henderson. Knocked loose by Wager. Wager, no opportunity to bring that upfield. That is the triple whistle. The winners of the 2022 Route 9 Cup are the Natick High Redhawks. The final score here at Memorial Field in Natick, Massachusetts, the Natick Redhawks 2, the Brookline Warriors 1. Got to give both teams credit for an intense, hard-fought contest between two local rivals. I always say Brookline-Natick is an underrated rivalry in this area. Whenever these two teams go up against each other, it's always a great game. And no exception here, as this one was a great one. Natick jumped out to a big early lead. Nicole Proya got the first goal of the game in the 3rd minute. And then Caitlin LeBrun headed in a corner kick for the 2nd goal of the game in just the 12th minute. So very quick advantage for Natick as they went up 2-0 very early in the game. Brookline managed to get one back. Mirabelle Kesselman getting her first career goal off an assist, I believe, from Sari Frankel, but, you know, I'll double check the tapes to make sure I got that stat correct. But Brookline could not get that equalizer as the Natick defense, really Natick's all 3 levels combined to dominate the possession game in the 2nd half as Brookline struggled to move the ball upfield. And you got to imagine that's going to be a point of emphasis for Brookline going forward in this season, that they improve their ability to move upfield so that they can move the ball against really strong opponents like Natick. Because make no mistake, these are two very high-ranked teams that are bound for postseason soccer in November. And, you know, it wouldn't be too big of a surprise if these two teams ended up meeting at some point in the state tournament. And we can expect that one to once again be a battle. But Natick claims the Route 9 Cup. They claim the regular season sweep. They improve their record to 9-2-2, while Brookline falls to 8-3-2. And that's going to do it for this broadcast. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan from Memorial Field in Natick, Massachusetts. If you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams, whether you're a fan of Brookline or Natick, because I'm going to be watching these two schools face off again on Friday night when the Warriors and Red Hawks take to the gridiron over at Parsons Field in Brookline for some varsity football action. So be sure to stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel can help. If you got anything to say but the live stream is over, you can say it in the comment section down below. You can also go down below to the description section of the video where I have the information for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Education Foundation. Find the link to their website and their phone number so you can find out more information about how you can help support our town's educators and through them, our students. Check out the bottom right corner of the screen. You can see the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. Find out more about me, the freelance sportscasting services that I provide, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team or player. Who knows, maybe you're thinking ahead to the winter season. You want to book me for some games for your favorite winter team. You can find out more on the website, or you can contact me directly at my email address directly below that URL. It's jgms88@gmail.com. If you just want to directly send me any questions or requests you may have, you can do it right there. Below that, the URL to my Instagram account, instagram.com/jgms88. Follow me on Instagram where I post highlights from previous live streams. For example, expect Mirabelle Kesselman's first career goal to be up on my Instagram in a day or two. But for tonight, that's going to do it. Natick 2, Brookline 1. The Red Hawks win the 2022 Route 9 Cup from Memorial Field in Natick, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.